Hey, it's Jessica. I'm on day 8 of 100 days of live, and I am I'm so over not knowing when I'm live just because I get a spinning spin thing on my Facebook. So happy Wednesday. I still have to think about it, but yeah, so day 8. I'm really excited coming on live and just sharing things with you. And hopefully, if you've been tuning in, hopefully you're enjoying the messages that I'm bringing, the stories that I'm sharing, and like the lessons. Because I said the other day, my belief is that there are lessons in everything. I was just having a conversation with a friend this morning, and she said, "Oh, I'm heading to do this work with this person for the day, and I haven't seen them in quite a few years." And we were talking, and it was very, wow, like there's going to be something here. She's got a message for you. And because that's definitely how I think, as I jump into going like there's a bigger thing at play, like in the universe and whatnot. And sometimes I have to remind myself, nah, maybe you're just going for a visit. And that's okay too. It doesn't, I still kind of like to think there's still something more there, but we just get to be open for the visit, and maybe that's really what's happening, is just it's just the visit, and that there isn't a big lesson and you know greater meaning in my friend's visit to the with this other person. So I I can't even remember where I heard this, and I really really wish I do. I really wish I could remember where I'm going to share this piece today, because it's something I lean on all of the time. And it is this. I'll just summarize it really quickly. It's our brain. So when we can't, so I'll back up. When we can't figure something out, right? We're trying to figure out a story, or we're trying to figure out um, a technical piece, or learning something new. We're trying to understand a concept, let's just say. I mean, math is a really good example of this, because I think it happens a lot. Oh, I have to sneeze. Excuse me. That's okay. Pardon me. So, when we're learning a concept in math, and then all of a sudden we get it. So, that moment, like Oprah would call like the light bulb moment, or the aha moment, in our brain, the second that we have that moment and we figure it out, do you ever notice how good that feels? Like that moment where you feel a little euphoric, and you feel high because you've just figured it out. Well, our brain actually rewards us with endorphins. I think it's dopamine, exactly. And I mean, I could be wrong. So sometimes I'm like, should I say that out loud? Whatever. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But our brain rewards us with those endorphins and the dopamine because it feels good to figure it out. It is the aha. So our brain doesn't know that we're right. Just as a side note, I mean, that's not the purpose of me sharing, but our brain doesn't have to know that it is the right answer. Our brain just has to feel like we've figured it out. Why am I sharing this? Like, this is a really funny story to share, that when we have the aha and the light bulb moment, our brain's like, way to go. Our brain's like high fiving us with a feel good chemical. And so I'm sharing it because it's a tool that I have in my arsenal of tools. And when I can't figure something out, this is the concept I always will lean on. Because number one, history has proven to me, as it's proven to you, I usually figure stuff out. We usually can figure it out. Sometimes we just need to ask for help or take a little time. Sometimes we need to take a break and come back to it. But we always will figure something out. All of my history in the past, I've figured something, I figured things out, just as you have. So when I'm in that place of I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't have the answer. I don't know. I can't figure this out. And I feel like those moments a bit of frustration, I lean on this concept and say, okay, hang on. When I figure this out, my brain's gonna reward me. It's gonna reward me with some dopamine. So I think it feels so, so good to have that aha moment. So like, how can I get that? So what I will do is I take a pause and say, okay, I'm doing the same thing. I'm trying to figure out, this is something that we do as humans too. It's really interesting. We are trying to like do the same thing, figure it out the same way. So I always like to take a pause and take a step back and say, okay, what haven't I done here? Where haven't I gone? Do I need help? Do I need someone else to take another look at it? Actually, that happened to me the other night. I just kept looking at it and I said, I know there's one little tiny silly thing that I'm missing. I need another set of eyes on this. And sure enough, the other person, we were on a call and we were on Zoom, and he looked at it and he's like, oh yeah, you just have to do this. You have to click this. And I'm like, yes. And I figured it out. I mean, I didn't. He did, but I also got that reward of figuring out that light bulb, the aha moment, and, got my hit of dopamine or my endorphins at the time. So this is, to sum this up today, it's a reminder that our brain is just so, like, our bodies are so intelligent, and our brain wants us to figure things out so much that it's willing to give us a feel-good chemical when we do. And when we're in that part, I almost think it's that darkest part right before we've had the breakthrough to figure it out. Like, it's right in the middle of that breakdown. Maybe I'll do a live on breakdowns and breakthroughs, but I mean, I could do 100 lives on those. Everything is a breakdown and a breakthrough, but we're right in the middle of that breakdown of that problem, whatever that problem is. And sometimes we just take a breath and we're going to have that breakthrough. And then once we get the breakthrough, our brain's like, nice job, and high fives us with some feel-good chemicals. So keep that in mind when you're struggling with when you're in that next part, because it's going to happen. No matter how much we don't want it to, or we don't think it's going to, we're going to be in that spot where we're in a breakdown, or we can't figure something out, or we're feeling frustrated or overwhelmed. And what would it really look like? Or my invitation to you would be, how could you take a breath in that moment? Look at it a different way and really remind yourself, okay, I can do this. All of my history has proven I've figured everything else out up until this moment now. I'm going to figure this out. How can I look at it differently? And knowing if I stick with this, I'm going to get rewarded on the other end. So that's really how I look at my problems. Then I have no shortage of them either, but I think it's a fun way to look at them, and it's just a little different angle than what we usually talk about. So how are you getting your hit of endorphins today through problem solving? Mine is through, I am finally launching Technology 101, or Amplify Your Tech. And it's really about supporting you in figuring out the technology for your business. Really, really easy. So if you have a story that, I can't do technology, or I suck at technology, or it could be better, stay tuned today. I'll probably once I've dropped the link, I'll put it in this Facebook Live, because these videos that I'm putting together will help you with that endorphin hit of figuring it out. I find, for me personally, it's the technology. When I figure out all those technology things, it really brings everything to the next level. All right. I hope you're having an amazing day, and I can't wait to hear what you're up to as far as figuring out, and let me know the next time you have your aha and your body is so grateful that it rewards you. Okay. We'll chat soon. Bye.